Hey everybody, I'm Josh, and it feels so good to finally be able to say welcome to Season 7 of Just Sayin. Thank you. On the show today, join me as we play catch-up and do some time traveling back to October. Sit back and relax because I got a lot to say. So, I apologize for everything. I know I kind of disappeared off the face of the planet, reappeared and then disappeared again, and I will explain that here in just a little bit. But first, let me kind of explain the next couple of shows. And yeah, just that for right now. So I found some really good pictures and stuff to talk about for my October episode for Halloween, our Spooktacular. It was also, according to our friends at holidayinsights.com, it was National Dog Adoption Month, and I have adopted my dog, so I'm a big promoter and supporter of adoption. And so I was going to plug adoption, and my show didn't happen. I will explain here in just a moment. But in order to make that up, because I'm such a big supporter of adoption, I'm going to promote it this month. So all month long, we will be having dog-inspired segments starting this week. And let me tell you, I found some good ones. And we are also going to show Halloween pictures today and next week because I found some really cute Halloween. This week, it's kids in Halloween costumes. Next week, it's dogs in Halloween costumes. So I had to show those, so I thought I would still do that segment, those two segments. And I also had a segment for Christmas I had planned for our Christmas episode, and I will be showing those pictures today. So this episode, next episode, kind of a little catch up to do, and then we will be doing a couple of weekly holidays. Just to finish out the month. Then it's February, which means it's our third annual Dating 101 class. And what not to do in a relationship. And so March, we'll have, I think, 2 episodes in March. And March is luck month, so we'll be talking about some not so lucky people. So it should be a good season. Because I'm talking about the season, let me go ahead and do some minor changes coming to the show. Unlike last calendar year, January of last calendar year, I changed up the show this year. I'm just changing a few things. And one of them is I started it last season for my birthday season and started a little segment called Down Memory Lane. And so I really liked that. It brought back a lot of good memories. And so I'm going to start doing that once or twice a month. It's going to be in my monologue segment. And it's going to rotate between that. We did one or two little sketches of something called, It's Gotten Really Sad. And so I'm going to bring that back. It's going to rotate with that other one, as well as another little sketch. It's going to be kind of a what's going on in my life type thing. If there's something I need advice on or whatever, because I want this to be more interactive this season in this calendar year, and as well as those other things to bring the conversation to the chat log. I also want to say that I'm going to be doing... Okay, so in my show, I have a segment called Here's My Take. And initially, when it was supposed to be me and 2 co-hosts, it was going to be my personal opinion on things, and then we were going to sit and debate it. And obviously that didn't happen. I don't do that segment much, because in the past, I have tried to remain neutral on some things, and I think it will spark conversation if I start giving you my opinion. And anything that I talk about, I will show you evidence as to why I made the decision to stand by whatever side it is I'm on. I don't try to sway anyone. I am strictly telling you this is my opinion and this is why I think that opinion. If you would like to come on to the show and debate something with me via Skype or sit here in person with me, please feel free. Let me know. I would love to do a show like that, or a segment like that. But I think just giving you my opinion more would bring up more conversation topics. And so I hope that it will not steer you guys away from watching, but I just feel like there's some things going on that I want to talk about. And let's be clear, I'm not by any means biased one way or the other. I will try to show you evidence from both sides. I want you guys to make the decision for yourselves. And in telling, if we spark a conversation or a debate about something and someone points out something maybe I overlooked or didn't know about, that it could sway me. We don't know. So let's try it, see what happens. Please don't stop watching because of it. I will tell you this right now, and I will probably say this throughout every time I do that segment, but I do not identify myself as Republican. I do not identify myself as Democrat. I have been known to vote Democrat and Republican, even on the same ticket. And so I try to look at things from both perspectives so that I can make an informed decision and look at the information that I have. And that's what I want to do to you. And maybe I can sway someone. Maybe someone can sway me. We'll see. So be on the lookout for that. I'm really excited about that. Also, one little minor note. Season 10, which will be the end of the year, there's only going to be 8 episodes instead of 10. It was just the only way I could fit in the calendar. So we will get that going. Also, by the time this posts, it will have been New Year, so happy 2022! You know, I've heard that people are considering 2022 as 2020 Part 2. 2022. 2020 also. And what do you think? Is it... And I will say that in real time right now, it is December 29th when I'm filming this. In real time right now, we have the Omicron, or however you say it, variant going around of COVID, and it's starting to spread like wildfire. And so, is it 2020 Part 2? We'll see. But moving right along, one more quick update. Have I talked about my hiatus yet? No, I haven't. One more thing before I talk about that. I do have an update for you. I know last calendar year I brought up that there was going to be a spin-off of the show with me and a coworker, and whose name is Jenny. And she and I were going to do a spin-off of the show, and we were both really excited about it, and then nothing happened, and then I came on, and I teased it again, saying to look out for it at the beginning of this year. And then I think I came back on and said that there was going to be a delay. I didn't know when it was going to post, but I couldn't talk about why. Well, now I can talk about it. She is pregnant. Congratulations, hon. I knew about it then. I just couldn't say it, even though this would have posted it would have posted right around the time I found out. Anyway, so, yeah. So after she pops the kid out, and if I'm not correct, it's just like in Ace Ventura, when nature calls, you push on the stomach and the kid flies out. Isn't that how it works? I don't know. I don't get things down there, so let's be real. So yeah, I obviously have been gone for the last 3 months, ish. And as I had told you back in 2020, a friend of mine who I looked at as a brother passed away in a car accident the day before my birthday. And I don't know if it was because of the shock. I don't know if it was because There was so much going on in 2020. I was at a job that I hated. I liked at the time, but looking back on it, and around that same time, Ben died, and then COVID was going on, and lockdowns, and people, whatever. And I just don't think that I actually processed his death because of everything going on. And there is no way for me to try to even begin to explain Ben. If I tried, it would not do him justice. Like, he was just Ben. He was Ben. He would do anything to make anybody happy, to the point of eating paper when I first met him. So I think this year, when my birthday came around, as I said, he died the day right before my birthday. He died the day before my birthday, and I don't think I had processed it. And this year, like I said, it hit me really hard, and I had no ambition to do anything. I didn't want to even go to work, but I knew I had to. And I would put on a facade, and I even this morning was at my mom's house and finally told her what was going on. And I just kind of had a funk. And I told my mom, because I'm talking about it now, and I just don't want it to, I live in a small town and gossip. But yeah, so I had no ambition to do anything, and amongst that time it was harvest time, and my sinuses were acting up, and my trigeminal neuralgia was acting up. And if you couldn't tell, I got a green screen for my birthday. Thanks, family. I love you. And I'm having a lot of technical problems with it. My computer that I use is 13 years old. And it was I inherited it from my dad. Well, not that he passed away or anything, but he got a new one and passed it down to me, because the one I had was from like 2002. Anyway, but I just didn't know if my computer was too old for it to be able to run it, even though the production program I have is new and updated and all that stuff. With that and dealing with Ben, I was just like, you know what, I don't care. I'm not doing it. I don't want to think about it. And then I kind of started feeling better again. I know I came out and I promoted a restarting of the show, and that never happened. That's because when I sat down to start working on the show, I started getting frustrated that this program wasn't working, and uninstalled and reinstalled and uninstalled and reinstalled the program. And amongst all of those uninstall and reinstalls, somehow deleted my profile in the production program called OBS that I use, and was like, well, now that I have to put everything back in my system anyway, why not just switch to the new computer that I have? Well, it has 2 USB ports, and in order to film, I need 4. The one I have now only has 3. I have to unplug my keyboard every time I film. And so it got to be too much again, and I just couldn't handle it. So I had to let something go, and the only option I could do was putting off on doing the show again until I figured out what was going on. So about a week ago, I decided, you know what, I'm feeling better. I can't wait to start filming. It's my release. So let's get going again. And was like, no matter what I have to do, I am going to figure out what is going on here. And so I called Dell, and they're like, dude, your computer's 13 years old. There's nothing we can do. Get a new computer. Which I understand that. Ooh, let me just whip out $1,000 for a new computer. And so I didn't know what to do next. And so I went online and I found a website that I am not going to say their name. Not because I'm not telling you to not promote them, but I don't want to even acknowledge them. I'm not going to get into the whole thing, but a $1 charge to ask a question is now turned into a $50 charge, and got nothing. Literally, I got nothing from them. Turns out there's a setting in the production program that I use that I can click. Oh, I forgot to tell you that part. So, I sit down last week and I was just like, no green screen, just leave it hanging there because it's a pain in the ass to put up and down. I'll just do segments from my previous shows. I need to get something online. And I sat down to start filming, and my files, when I film, they save as an MP4, which is what I need to be able to watch them on my computer as well as post them. And they were saving now as an MKV, which I have never heard of that. I have web design. I know web design, and I've never heard of that. One of my nephews, who's a computer prodigy, it even stumped him. And so I was trying to figure out what happened, and come to find out, amongst all of the installation, uninstallations and reinstallations, I deleted, or I uninstalled the Dell Webcam Central, which is what allowed my computer to run the video. Somehow that got deleted, and they don't make that the one that I need anymore because my computer is 13 years old. And so I was getting frustrated, didn't know what to do. Come to find out, like I said, it was just it was something I could select in the settings of my program, and I never would have had these issues. Well, I'm too afraid to try the green screen because I'm afraid it's going to freeze up and I'm going to have to uninstall the whole thing again. So I'm afraid to try it now because it's working, and it's one of those things where, okay, don't touch it. It's working. Let's not ruin what we've got going here. So that's where I've been for the last 3 months. I apologize. I know that I just kind of disappeared, and I'm trying to make up the episodes. And I promise that if it ever happens again, which I don't plan on it, but if it ever happens again, I will at least TikTok or something to let everybody know what's going on. But at the time, I just didn't want to deal with anything, and something had to go, and the easiest thing for me to let go was the show. So I just needed the time away from everything and be able to focus more on something else. And I apologize. I don't want you to think that the show is just something I can toss aside. It's not. I love doing the show. From finding the pictures to writing the scripts to finding the jokes to filming it, even as frustrated as I can get from someone snoring while I'm filming or bothering me while I'm filming, and every time I sit down to start filming, I'll get halfway through the show, and keep in mind, I film it all in one take. But I just found, amongst looking into everything here, there's a pause during recording. So now I think I can pause, but then I don't know how to go back and edit that. Anyway, well, we'll get there have to get there. But every time, without fail, that I start filming, I get a phone call. Every time. It's already happened during the first few takes, so hopefully we'll be good. So that's basically it. I apologize. I hope you guys had a great New Year's, Christmas, Thanksgiving, and Halloween. Like I said, we're going to be talking about Halloween and Christmas, and especially dog adoption this week. So should be a good show. But first, it's time for everybody's favorite sketch, another cheesy monologue with a new intro. So I'm a moron. In rehearsing as many times as I have had to do this time, because I haven't filmed in 3 months, I realized that I didn't put anything, you know how I always put what I search for on late night LOL? I didn't put it there. And I've realized that the first time I started filming in the first take, and here we are 2 days later and like 10 takes in, and I still haven't changed it. I forget, okay? So when I pull it up, pretend it says Halloween, okay? As usual, I went to latenightlol.com and in the search bar typed in Halloween. And so I found a ton of them. Not only will the jokes be outdated, but they will all have something to do with Halloween. So hold on tight. Here we go. I initially had a script. Oh, that's just part of my monologue. Here we go. I like Halloween. Gives everybody a chance to dress up and be something you're not. You know, like when the Chicago Bears put on a football uniform. A new study just came out that shows decreasing the amount of sugar in obese children's diets will improve their health within 10 days. The study was conducted by a bunch of jerks trying to ruin Halloween. This Halloween, a woman in Vermont is handing out kale to trick-or-treaters. So if you're in Vermont and want to stop by, just go back to the place where the house is on fire. Because that's what happens. It's time now for my joke of the week. For Halloween, Google Maps has created a street view tour of the world's scariest locations, which include a haunted castle in Scotland, a graveyard in Transylvania, and any bathroom of Del Taco. President Trump announced that he's releasing thousands of files on JFK, even though they were already set to be released. He also said, not only that, but I'm declaring October 31st, Halloween. We'll all be saying Merry Halloween again. Wrong button. Oh well, it worked. Saturday was National Try Too Hard on Instagram Day, or as the new generation calls it, Halloween. I've learned that Cinco de Mayo is just a reason to drink. Until now, I thought Americans had to fall back only on St. Patrick's Day, 4th of July, Fat Tuesday, Halloween, Hanukkah, Memorial Day, Labor Day, Columbus Day, President's Day, any sporting event, any barbecue, Thanksgiving, or Christmas, if they needed a reason to drink during the weekday. According to the New York Times, universities are receiving requests for guinea pigs, ferrets, lizards, and some of these students are even bringing tarantulas as comfort animals. Here's a rule. You can't have a comfort animal that's also a Halloween decoration. That's not comfort, that's freaky. And finally, weather forecasters are now referring to Hurricane Sandy as the Frankenstorm because it will fall on Halloween. Unfortunately, they know nothing more on the storm because it took them 4 days to figure out the name. Not gonna lie, that's the best take I've done. Wasn't a great one, but we'll just go with it. So, this is one of the segments that I am bringing back from Halloween. And when I come on here and I say I hate kids, I really don't hate kids. I'm just glad that I don't have any, and that all of my nephews are no longer, now they're teenagers. I don't know why. I used to love kids. I'd go over to babysit my nephews every day, and maybe that's why I don't like them. But I'm just glad I don't have my own. Which is why I came up with a segment that I like to call There's a Reason I Don't Have Kids. The last take I did, I had already done the What's Josh Drinking, and I didn't have it selected when I did my monologue, and the bottle was already sitting there, so in my head, I thought I had already done it. I don't know if I have or not. So I'm going to go ahead and, I think I did. Didn't I do the Snapple Apple? Anyway, it's Snapple Apple, That's what I'm drinking today. I'm realizing it because my throat's getting dry, which is, I think, why I think I haven't done it yet. But now looking back, I think I said I did it right before my story. I don't know. It was 25 minutes ago, and we're just to the first segment, so just flow. Go with the flow. That's my mantra for 2022. Just go with the flow. Also, not my problem. Anyway, so this week we're going to take a look at some hilarious kid costumes that just make you think the parents are torturing them? I don't know. Like this first one. Who would want to dress their baby up as Chipotle? Seriously. You know that kid's thinking, what the hell? Chipotle. It's a burrito. But they get even worse because I understand. I understand. And believe me, I understand. The marijuana is becoming legal in a lot of states. It's legal here in Illinois. Thank the good Lord. And I just don't agree with this costume. There is no way I would put my infant child in a pot leaf costume. It's cute. Just not something I would choose to do with my own kids, nephews, or neighbors, or anybody else that I know. And why is that even being sold? This next costume. This kid. The look on this kid's face just tells me, one, he's thinking, who in the hell am I? Two, what the hell have my parents done to me? And three, I don't like this. Look at the kid's face as he's sitting there dressed up as the Grinch. Look at that. Who would think? Even dyed the kid's hair. Oh my gosh. You dyed the face, you dyed the hair, but let's throw a t-shirt on him. Oh, that poor kid. I am so glad that when I was growing up, we had costumes that just... Yeah. Now, this picture may not be appropriate. I show you this picture because I don't personally understand it. I think it's funny. It's supposed to be funny. I don't know. If you understand this picture, please comment below. I seriously, I'm not joking in order to post this. I was going back and forth on whether I should send this because I think the joke it's trying to make is wrong. And if it is, I apologize. But I finally decided to put it on there because I don't know what it is. And I probably should have asked somebody I know before I posted this. But please help me out and tell me what this is. That kid's face even says, what am I? I think it's related to abortion. And if that's the case, I want nothing to do with it. That's not a topic I discuss. But I just don't understand it. I don't get it. Now, looking at this next picture, all I have to say is this next costume is just total shit. That is the throne of costumes. I'm trying to come up with more in my head as I look at it. I bet in her future life, she gets a Dear John letter. That's all I can think of. Next up is a really cute picture. Look at this little peanut. Literally, it's a peanut. How cute is that? Alright, here's the next one. This is a clever idea. This is something I would do. And I want to say, I'm not sure because I can't remember what I would have dressed up as for the Spooktacular show. But I think seeing this picture kind of sparked an idea in me. I just never did anything about it. But look at how adorable this is. It's an Abercrombie and Fitch bag. How cute! Oh, and that kid's totally strutting his stuff. This next one is really cute. I can tell the baby's face is just like, get me out of here. But it's Wilson from that movie with Tom Hanks. What was that movie called? I don't know. I never saw it. Okay, moving on. Okay, I am terrified of clowns, and I'm going to show this picture and then get it off the screen. This kid, if I don't know how old the kid is now, but I would say he's going to have nightmares because of his own costume. Look at that. I'm getting it off the screen because I don't want to look at it. Thank you. And finally, what little kid doesn't want to dress up as Hitler? I mean, he was always what I wanted to be. But my mom and dad said no. So my next segment, it's a really cute segment. I don't like the idea of pet shaming, but they're funny. It's time for another hilarious edition of Possibly Adorable. Okay, so you know how companies have signs that say it's been however many days since our last injury on the job? Well, this dog, it's been 0 days since the last toilet paper massacre. Well, if it didn't taste so delicious. This next one is, I don't understand. Supposedly, in some research that I've done, it's very common for dogs and pets to do this. It has nutrients in it that they want to have. But the idea of eating your own barf just doesn't... It kind of makes me want to barf. Not gonna lie. Next up, let's hold on. Stop. There we go. Sorry, I'm out of my routine. I have to get my routine back. Here's the next one. My house was attacked by a new $700 Roomba. Don't worry, I saved us. Look at that precious dog. I am a firm believer that it is not the dog, it is the owners. Firm belief. Moving right along. I rolled in cow poo and smelled so bad. I'll never understand a dog's obsession with poo. Never. Alright, here's my next one. It's really small because I don't know why I didn't blow it up, but I didn't blow it up. The dog says, I like to hump this cat. You dog. Get it? You dog. Thanks. Ever since I was putting this show together, I've been so excited to say that joke. You dog. Alright, next up. I rolled in bird poo this morning. It was 6 a.m. My mom had to give me a bath. She was not pleased. Well, why? I don't get it. Next up. I ate a bottle of glitter, and now I poop sparkles. And that dog's just like, I know I did. Look at my poop. It's so pretty. That gives whole new meaning to the term fart and rainbows. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Thank you. Oh, heavens. Okay. Sorry, that joke just popped into my head. Whew. Alright, that was a good one. Sorry. I normally do takes of this all the time. Takes and takes and takes. And I'm just going to keep going. We're already 3 minutes over the entire show and have another whole segment to go. But who cares? We're going to have fun. Like this dog did. I poop on my mom's rug and then bark at it like someone else did it. My sisters used to do that to me. They did. Not gonna lie. And then they'd get in trouble for it. And then I'd tell my mom what happened. She'd believe me, and then they'd get in trouble for it too. It all worked out. We're all in therapy. Oh, moving right along. I sneeze into your mouth when you yawn. That's right. Who doesn't love a dog? And I have to say, I love my dog to death. But there's a couple of things that drive me bonkers. First of all, I don't know how to say this without just saying it, but her farts smell like rotten eggs. And I'm a mouth breather when I sleep. There is no way that you can understand what it is like to inhale. Oh, this show has gone so far. Welcome back. Welcome back to my insanity. Oh, and finally, the cat got me hooked on catnip. Now I steal her toys all the time. And if you can see, the dog has one of the toys in his mouth. How adorable is that? Now, this next segment, we're going to have our Merry Christmas episode real quick. So, Merry Christmas. So, Merry Christmas to all. And we're going to take a look at some I guess some of them are. So, let's just say this. Some not so right Christmas decorations. I don't know if you guys have seen that intro before or not. Can't remember. Oh no! Oh, there it is. Okay. I don't know what just happened, but it was scary. Now, we all know that person in our lives that overdoes the decorations. There is no way on God's green earth that I would have this in my bathroom. That is way too much Santa. Now, I am a fan of Santa. He brings me lots and lots of fun. That did not come out right. But there's no way I would lift up Santa's head and pee into his throat. No way. Or let alone number 2. This next one just is not... Let's get that off the screen. Hold on. There we go. Sorry, I have to get back into the groove of things. This next one just isn't worded properly. Santa, I've been a good girl. Please stop. Here's the next one. I'm just glad that I don't live in a state where they decorate palm trees. Some just says, let's not do the tree lights next year. Just saying. Here's the next one. No, that's the same one. Here's the next one. These candle holders just not my cup of tea. Don't know why. Just not my cup of tea. Well, I keep opening the same damn picture. This is hilarious. Okay, and it also kind of reminds me of a story that I just thought of. So, let me show you the picture first. This is something that I saw on Facebook, and the caption, or the story behind it, was that they had done this on purpose to make it look like the ladder fell and someone was hanging there. That is a clever idea. That is cute. It would freak me out, but that is cute. Here's the story. When I first moved to Princeville, I was in 4th grade, I think. And we had to keep a journal. And in the journal, sometimes she would tell us, our teacher would say, okay, this is today's journal topic. Right. And it was around Christmas time, and the assignment was to write something about our family tradition that we do on Christmas or something. And I was trying to be funny. And I didn't know this, but they had to be a true holiday tradition that we do in our family. And I didn't know that when I wrote this. So I wrote the story about how my dad and my sister get on the roof and hang Christmas lights every year, and it's like a whole day thing. And that there was one year that my dad was putting up the Christmas lights and he fell off the roof and he's in a body cast. And my sister tried to help him. She fell off the roof and she was in a body cast. And my mom was at the local grocery store and saw my teacher. And so my teacher pulled my mom aside and she's like, how's Josh's dad and sister? My mom's like, fine, why? And she told her, and my mom's like, no, that never happened. And he just must have made up a story. I was making up a fiction story. She thought it was a real story. Let me tell you, that's how you know when you're in a small town. So my dad didn't fall off a roof. My sister didn't fall off a roof. They're not in body casts. They're fine. I think about that every Christmas. And that picture just is hilarious. Now, it took me a minute to get this next one. But now that I see it, I can't unsee it. It's a baby Jesus wrapped up in a towel or blanket, whatever, cover. But the caption said, to look where the face is, it looks like a toenail. And then if you look at that, the whole thing looks like a severed toenail or severed toe or thumb. And that even the lines on it look like blood. Now that I see that, I can't unsee it. That is creepy. That is creepy. And it looks like they just drew a face on there so people would know that it was a severed thumb or toe. This next picture, this little girl's not happy. She wanted an Apple iPad, but she got a cardboard. She is not happy. I remember one year. Oh, my computer. There we go. No, stop. There. Oh, every time. There we go. Okay, stop. Go away. There we go. Okay. I remember there was one time. Hold on, I forgot what I was going to talk about. What it has to do with the next picture. Oh, okay. There was one time back in the day when Palm Pilots were like iPods and iPads and iPhones, and they were called Palm Pilots. They only had like 9 things you could do on them, but you could download free content. And one of the things I had on my Palm Pilot was I was an EMT at the time, and it like kept track of your times, like the time you get there, the time you got the call, blah 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 blah. And so I had asked for a Palm Pilot, and one of my cousins is a pilot. And so one year, and this was for my birthday, my mom and dad were joking around with me and put, like, it was a shirt box. And so I thought it was a Palm Pilot. So I opened it up. They had taken a glove, and on the palm side of the glove put a picture of my cousin. So it was a Palm Pilot. And then they gave me the real one. So, but how I love doing stuff like that. The kids you're tricking don't like it. But I love doing stuff like that. This next one is, I want to say the person was dyslexic, but it's Greetings Seasons. That's not easy to say. Greetings Seasons. Definitely not hard. Definitely not easy to say. Here's the next one. I think they need to go back to school and learn how to spell Merry Christmas. It's an E and the T is missing. Good Lord. And finally, if I need to pull that picture off the screen, there we go. No, go away. There we go. And in this next picture, if I were the children in this picture, I would still need therapy and have PTSD from having to take my picture with this Santa. I'd be like, nope, Christmas is done. I'm over it. We're never celebrating it. Santa is evil. Not doing it. Anyway. Well, that will do it. I want to welcome you all back to Season 7. I'm so excited to be back and filming again. I want to thank you all for your patience. I knew that I would be coming back. I just didn't know when. But it's because of you guys that I'm feeling so much better, because I got to thinking about it during that whole thing, and I'm like, you know what? Filming my show really is kind of stress relief for me. And so if it wasn't for you guys, I would definitely probably still be in bed. But I'm here. We're back. Can't wait for more shows to come. This season is going to be really, really fun. But we're back. And it may take a couple of episodes, but we'll get back to the point where we were. It's like riding a bike. I press record and have fun. And then I realize that it's the wrong kind of show, and I press stop, get dressed, and film again. So, anyway, here are my socials if you think there's something funny. If you see something funny you think I should see and share on the show, be sure to send it to me. There's my TikTok and my show email. I still haven't checked it in 3 months, so I will check it as soon as I get done filming here and from here on out. But please follow me on TikTok for more behind-the-scenes content, like behind-the-scenes content, my dog Taser Versus, and I have an exciting one to be posting soon, so look out for it. You can only get it on my TikTok. And I promise maybe Season 8 we will do the TikTok-only contest. I just wanted to get the show out and going, and here we are. So, without further ado, please don't forget, like, subscribe, and get the notifications anytime I post one of my episodes, which is every Sunday. I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you for watching again. And I'm glad to be back. See you next week, but for now, that's all I'm saying.